Welcome back, fellow Scrubs. I'm Mark D. Wiz, the project lead for Pocket Fighter EX, a free fan game not associated with SNK or Capcom, not endorsed or supported or anything like that. So, with that out of the way, let's see, let's turn over again. Okay, so our new patch for version 0.3.2 should be out tomorrow. So I've got a lot of stuff to go over with that. My audio's a little messed up here. Okay, that's better. My feedback channels were a little odd. I was had a lot of trouble connecting to the Twitch servers, so hopefully everything stays up and we're good. But if something does drop, that most likely the culprit here. So. Alright, so what changed here? I'm coming in a little low. Music is 70. Oh, jeez. Okay, that's not good. Well, let's see. Does this remedy the situation? Or is that not good? Am I loud and clear, hopefully? If not, we can make further adjustments. Remedied, sounds good. Okay. Okay! Since it's Terry time, right? Alright, let me pull up my changelog here. So I don't miss anything. Let's see, recent changelog. Okay. Alright, so we fixed a couple glitches. Now this one I can't show anymore, because it was a glitch where if a KO happened, so if you did and that KO'd, it would actually freeze the game completely for good, and you couldn't even get to the menu or anything. So that was bad. I fixed that. I can actually show what happens now if you do end up in that situation. Let's see. We want health to be normal. And then if I use my debug key here. There you go. So see, the max mode didn't stop the game. In that situation, it would have frozen the game if the fix wasn't in place here. So it would cause the system to freeze time, and then the KO would register, and it would move the program into the next phase. And yeah, that's actually the one when you only see him when he's just starting that first frame there. That's the one where it froze on. It was very, very specific timing. But it would move the match into the KO phase, which doesn't know enough to undo a time stop. And so it would just get completely stuck. But that is, of course, now fixed, as you see. So that's good. I'll maximize this. Let's see, what else have we got here? Times... Okay. Jump timings have changed. So super jump timing is now 6 frames in any direction. It doesn't matter which. And so that changes a couple of the timings, and I've made adjustments to sort of compensate for that. So everything's a little bit adjusted to compensate for that extra couple frames. Oh, I did that wrong. I did that wrong. I did that way wrong. I did that way wrong. Oh, I can't fucking do it. There you go. That one's tight. So everything that was affected by jump has a new adjusted timing to it. The Shoryukens actually have a different hit arc now. So I not only changed them so that the momentum dissipates visually over the course of the frame. You see Ken get hit back and then he slowly loses momentum. You can kind of see the same thing here. Especially if they're going to get dizzied. you notice that their momentum sort of peters out, so they don't go flying as far. Well, let's get... See, and he didn't get flung 900 miles an hour to the other side of the screen because he's got momentum dissipating. So I did add that to the Shoryuken moves, and that actually helped with the timing for this, to kind of compensate for the fact that the super jump is now a little longer startup. Normal jumps are all 4 frames now, in every direction, no matter what. And so there's a reason for these changes, and I sort of touched on it last time. But notice the oh, I did that one wrong. Notice the input here. I did a down, forward, forward, up, forward, and punch. So if you're in the pre-jump phase and you have a special move coming, it won't jump, it will do that special move. So it's kind of like a special tolerance for that. But there's an important thing that we can do with that, since we've been experimenting. So if you happen to be walking forward and you do a down forward motion, you're just going to get a Shoryuken, because it holds the forward motion and then it reads the down and then the back up motion, and that's a Shoryuken, because Shoryuken is forward, down, forward, punch, but there's enough leniency that it allows that to happen. So it means that you can't run or walk forward without and try to throw Hadouken. You'll always get a Shoryuken, except you can if you do the up forward. So part of the reason for changing the jump timings is to make sure that that tolerance period is the same in all directions, whether you're forward or backward or whatever. And because the forward one was the least amount of time for a pre-jump, that one was also coincidentally the most useful for doing things like this. So it made sense to increase the frame timings to 4 for all the variants. Well, I'm not doing it quite right. As you see, I did the upright a little late there. But it does work if you got the timing right. Yeah, again, I didn't get the upright. I'm not, to be completely honest, I'm not used to doing this. This is a new technique for me. So I had to kind of like retrain my head here to get this to work. But as you can see, you can run forward and do a Hadouken. Again, right timing. And then you won't get Shoryuken. As long as you get the, let's see, well, what happened there? Oh, I didn't get the forward. I did the shortcut for the Shoryuken by not hitting the forward. Like, dumb, stupid Butterfingers keep slipping. But yeah, so you can kind of like fake run. Again, timing. It's advanced technique. You can kind of like fake run in and then do it to Hadouken. And they'll be like, oh, shit. So this is something that, as far as I know, you can't do in Street Fighter V. I know you have to wait in order to get the walk-up Hadouken. You'd have to wait. Jeez, not even that. Longer than that. Yeah, you have to wait like that. You have to walk and then do something like that. But here, you can just do it immediately. You do the timing right. There. Man, I'm gonna have to get used to this. It's definitely not muscle memory. There. So it also helps, if you're in a combo where you normally do something like that, you can. Well, I didn't connect it there, but you get the idea. There you go. You can do that to kind of prevent yourself from doing something you didn't want to do. So it's all really about control in this case. Just giving the option like that. Boom. So it's just another way to help you out. I mean, you can obviously do this combo otherwise. I used to do it with a half circle, so that if I held back and then hit the crouching on the way down, and then the Hadouken after it, you could get that. So speaking of Dungeon Hadoukens, we've got a couple changes, or well, one change really. So the startup of the EX Hadouken at one point had got shortened. In fact, all the startup for the Hadoukens got shortened. And their recovery got shortened. And they should be all the same, and it looks like they are. Problem was, the EX Dungeon actually wasn't. The startup was longer than the normal EX Hadouken, but now they are the same. So they'd fill the same functionality. And the major thing was this: you couldn't do that before in the previous build, even though you can do it with the normal one. I don't think there's enough time for a Shoryu though. So that was one change. Actually, I made that one earlier today. Let's see. Dungeon startup. Yeah, so, also the different arcs on the Shoryuken do not increase or decrease any advantage. No Oki difference. The amount of time they spend in the air actually hasn't changed. It's just the arc parameters themselves that have changed. And so the only real effective change is how you follow up, and it's not very much different. It actually made it a bit more like what it was in the last version after the jump change has occurred. So you shouldn't notice anything too different. It'll be a little different if you try to raw Tatsu, but timing's a little bit different, but it shouldn't be too bad to get used to. So there's that. Let's see. What else did I go through? Oh yeah, Ken Shoryuken, the light one, also got adjusted for that because there's, you can cancel that one too. Ken Shoryuken also got adjusted in the same parameter. Alright, let's see. I went over the jump stuff. I went over the upright variant for Hadouken. Let's see. Okay. Ken changes. Everybody knows Ken's crazy kicks. Oh, not that one. This one. And so the last demo, this was not a move that would connect. And so it's supposed to connect on block and hit, and it wasn't doing that for whatever reason. It just didn't, something changed, and that wasn't the case anymore. So gonna make him wake up like that, and I'll put him to guard all, so he should not be able to punish any of these. Oh, definitely not that, because I hit him in the face. And that's true. Okay. So that's likewise, if he gets hit. Oh, there we go. Those should all be combos. And this one's gonna knock him back anyway. Oh, not that one. So it doesn't matter. But at least it's, the on block. It's a string on block too. Do you use the characters already as templates for the other ones? Do you use the characters already made as templates? You mean like the programming and stuff? Sort of. Like there's obviously systematic features in the game coding. Like hitboxes are all treated the same. But I don't copy Ken and then change Ken. I just start from scratch with a new object, add all the components, and start animating it. they're all animated and done in the same way, but it's not like I copy Ken's files. I don't do that. I just make a new object and add everything I need. It's not really too much to add. And some of the characters have different structures in their object anyway, so it doesn't really make sense to just copy them. It's easy enough to, like, these are automatically made, the hitboxes. I just add these objects, body, projectile point. I think spawn point is still used. That's correct, yeah. So they all share a common core code, but any character specific thing. So like they all jump with the same code. They all utilize hitboxes and get hit with the same code and inflict damage with the same code. But any specific things, like here I have a Ken behavior script, and that's completely separate of everybody else's. So anything that requires Ken to do something unique ends up in here. This is also where the intro code is done. Yeah, so if the opponent is Ryu, then we play intro with Ryu as the animation, that kind of stuff. And it goes from there. But that's the only Ken specific code, but it's not a copy of Ryu's. Ken used a lot of the same animation timings, but they're uniquely his as well. Let me close that. Having that one open lags the game pretty big, or pretty heavily. Hello, Astro Pig Go? Astro Pig, what is an Astro Pig? Now I'm curious. Oh yeah, oh yeah, hitbox, yeah, turn hitbox off. But let's turn info view back on. It's an IP of yours. Oh, okay, cool. That's neat. Let's see. I increased the nutback and recovery time properties on the first hit of Kamabara Gary. That's this one. And the reason for that was because it was a god-awful thing to cancel off of. Here you actually have some little options with it. It also made these combos a little bit more consistent. So I adjusted how the properties of the pushback were. Let's see. Increase the block advantage on Kamabara Gary in power maximum. Oh, okay, same. It's the same thing for, I just have two entries, so this is the same deal. Yeah, and then the frame advantage, so that even on block, it's a true block string. Okay, that's where my notes were talking about. And for the most part, that's pretty much all the changes. So turn that off, turn that on. So Ken's back to normal. I'm not really sure why he wasn't to begin with. But whatever, it's fixed. And Ken's back to his fiery self. Now, let's see. Trying to... What I want to do is do this into Shippo Jinrai. I'm not sure if I can do this on... You know, we'll just get the stick. I was gonna say, I can't do this on a controller. It's just not gonna work. Let's see. There we are. Should have been testing with this all along anyway. Okay. So basically I want to do this. I tried to do it with the Hadoken because I thought maybe I'd have more time. And that's even tougher. It's actually easier to do it this way, I think. Or at least that's the way I practice, so perhaps that's why. That's funny. Oh well, whatever. That ain't gonna happen. Well, whatever. You get the idea. That one's tough. That one's tough. I'm actually surprised I can even do something like that. I used to have it pretty regularly. Getting soft on not using stick as much as I used to. But usually when I program, it's just more convenient to use the wireless controller. Does Unity have a Switch port? Well, jeez. Friggin'. I swear to God, I hope there's a way to turn this off, and I keep forgetting to check. If you're using an X input controller, like the stick is, and you focus into a Microsoft Edge window, it will just start controlling the fucking web browser, and so it just erased chat. But I think I saw the full question. Does Unity have a port for Switch, or I suppose you mean to ask, can you port Unity games to the Switch? The answer is yes, but number one, there'd be no way possible to port this to the Switch because it's a fan game. For obvious reasons, that wouldn't fly. But the other thing is you have to pay for that, and you also have to be a licensed Nintendo published partner and all that stuff. Otherwise, there's no way that you could even attempt to port it to that. So that's kind of like a pro feature that you have to pay for to unlock. But yeah, you can publish Unity games on Switch. In fact, Bomberman R, Super Bomberman R, one of the launch or close to launch titles on the Switch. I think that was actually the first Unity game on the Switch, and that was a while ago. So, but say if for whatever reason I decide that I want to use this engine and make an original game, then yeah, absolutely it could get published on Switch, provided the Switch was still relevant at the time. But yeah, good question though. The free version, of course, doesn't, because you have to pay extra. So you have to pay the Pro license and also have that Nintendo license and also have a dev kit. So there's a whole bunch of shit that you need in order to do something like that. And pretty much any major console, I think they give you Xbox One, because the Xbox One is an open platform. Yeah, so you can do Xbox One. Oh, PS4 is already available too, but it says, yeah, your license does not cover PS4 publishing. Please see the PS4 section of the platform. Yeah. Module. Yeah. But yeah, this one, the Xbox One is an open platform to develop on. I do remember them doing that. So you could, I don't know if any Xbox One is capable of doing that. I think that was their intention, but I don't know if that actually happened or not. I haven't really paid attention to that. I guess I can't expand the list. So you got like Windows Store platform, you got Facebook, which I tried signing up for that, but they don't seem to want fan games, so that didn't happen. WebGL, that's for like if you want to publish it on a web page. And then I don't know how the tvOS, the Apple TV thing works. I don't have any Apple things. You can of course do iOS and Android, and then PC, Mac, Linux, which I believe we have tried. I think AJ tried to compile it for Mac and it didn't work. So there's still considerations you have to take in order to publish on a certain platform. I mean, it might sort of work out of the box, but some of the game components may not function correctly or the same as they do on other platforms. So Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I think AJ tried it. That's one of my programming buddies, and we worked on Hamster Drop together, the Nectar Rush. I think he tried to build a Mac build and it did not work. So unfortunately, right now it's not capable of that. But I will at least look into what it'll take to do it. I can't promise anything, you know, in terms of like, oh, I'll definitely have that build. I'll look into it. I can promise that I can look into it. And then if it's reasonable and possible to do it, then we'll do it. Mac is a huge pain in the ass to export for. Yeah, see, I don't have one, so I'm not really sure. I know no, we actually haven't done any Unity games that are on Mac. When we did our own engine to make it iOS compatible, but I don't think it was Mac compatible. I think we used an emulator, an iOS emulator, to test it on a Mac. Because the AJ's got all the Mac shit. I don't have any of that, so I have no idea what's really involved with it. But yeah, I'll take your word for it. It does. I'd believe it that it'd be a pain to port shit to Mac. Because already, as like I said, he tried it and it didn't work. Which is not too uncommon, especially if you have like certain controller code or certain platform-specific shaders may not work with the graphics adapters, the drivers that Mac have. So yeah, it's crapshoot. Porting is never painless, but Unity makes it about as painless as it can possibly get, so I have to give them credit for that. Let's see. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think that's all the changes that we've got for the new build. And if nothing major changes, nothing horrendous shows up, then it should probably be available tomorrow. I'll try to target around like noon, from noon to 3, somewhere there, Eastern Standard Time. And I'll upload it. I'll, of course, put notices on my Twitter and on the game page and all that, you know, when it's up. So, should be no way to miss it. Come on. There we go. I gotta retrain myself because all the jump timing's changed. Fuck me. At least I'm getting that part. Well, I was. Let's see. Oh, I missed that. But then you can do this and then that. Oh, too late. Nope, didn't get to jump. See, that's the other thing. Now that we put the tolerance in for having an up or an upright move or moment before the jump happens, you won't get this automatically right off the jump. You'll get this. So even though I did the down or the back up and the up, because he still did it in pre-jump, so it came out like this. Now you can compensate for that manually if you can train yourself to. I'm not trained for it, obviously. Then you can get it, but. Gotta internalize that timing. Yeah, so that's changed. That's gonna be, if you rely on any kind of that stuff, that's gonna be a little bit of a relearn. But that's what happens. I mean, the game's only basically a solid alpha right now, so things may still yet change. In fact, I know things are going to change because I've got stuff to change, or at least to attempt to change. If they work out, I'll let you know what they are. If they don't, I'm not going to bother mentioning it because it was a waste of time. I flubbed the... I wasn't sure what I was going to do next, so I hit back, and I ended up putting that. But I got it. Oh, I didn't get the forward kick. Oh. I could have got something if I canceled, but not really sure what. That wasn't a super jump forward. The hell was that? There we go. There we go. Something like that. Just takes a little bit of relearning for that one. Because again, if you do it too early, you're going to get that. If you do it too late, compensate too late, he's going to block it. And yeah. So, yeah, these changes came with a whole host of other bugs that I had to squash. Like making sure that jump cancels weren't able to Hadouken cancel because they were pre-jump frames. But that's not the case. So as you can see, you cannot cancel the pre-jump off a jump cancel, only if it's a normal jump. So if I were to do that, I get that instead of that. So I'm sure that we'll find some kind of bug that I missed, I'm not thinking about, but I think it's pretty solid at this point. So I'm planning to release this tomorrow, and then we'll see how that goes. Are you trying to make everything work just like a Street Fighter 2 game, or are you taking some liberties? Alright, well, part of the answer is yes, part of the answer is no. So, as you can see, we've got... actually, I should reverse those characters. We don't have just Street Fighter characters, so... we are taking guidelines, so let me switch to Terry. We're taking guidelines from both King of Fighters and Street Fighter. And then there's a few liberties thrown in the mix as well. So obviously Terry was never in Street Fighter, and so he's got his own set of mechanics to work with. And those... So you can think of it like a middle ground. It's a middle ground between King of Fighters and Street Fighter. So the fact that you have max modes... You've got an armor and a power max mode, and that's a little more KOF-y. And like rebouncing, like bouncing people off the ground and shit, that's very KOF. That's not usually something that Street Fighter would let you do. So like shit like that, that's definitely a bit more wild than Street Fighter would typically let you do. You have running instead of dashing, so that's a KOF thing, and you also have rolling, which is a KOF thing. That's not a Street Fighter thing at all. So that's a very KOF, mechanically it's a KOF type roll. But grabs are Street Fighter, with light punch, light kick, forward or back. So it's a mixture. That didn't work out. But like Street Fighter, there are basically V triggers. Oh, that didn't work out. You have 3 bars of super, which is more Street Fighter-y. So 1 bar is for EX moves, 2 bar normal super, 3 bar max level super, that kind of stuff. Essentially, I just kind of felt, what did I feel that, you know, the proper middle ground for these kind of styles and mechanics are. You got a stun bar up there like Street Fighter 3. You've got 4 buttons of attack like King of Fighters. Of course, that was more limitation of the graphics than anything. I wouldn't have minded to do 6 buttons, but I didn't feel it was necessary to take all the time to draw in moves to fill in everything. Let's see, what else do we have that's borrowed from that. Alright, it looks okay-ish. Am I coming through it all? Looks like XSplit's reading it. Okay, voice is at a good level? Okay. I kind of just winged that configuration, so I hope it's okay. Alright, we're back. And boy am I getting frustrated at my audio software. This is turning into like an every other stream occurrence, not making me very happy right now. Alright, well at least we're back. Let me rewind the playlist a couple. I don't know exactly where we were, but I want to listen to Guy's Steam again, so sue me. Okay, so I was saying, I don't even know exactly where I left off. But the idea is that the mechanics are what I think are a good middle ground between the two systems. So there's no short hopping, there's full jumps like Street Fighter. You could argue that it's very much like King of Fighters is more fast-paced and wild than Street Fighter, and Street Fighter can be described as a toned-down, grounded, more toned down and grounded than King of Fighters. So if you take the middle of that, you would say, well, it's not quite as crazy as KOF, but it's crazier than Capcom's Street Fighter. So you have stuff that, King of Fighters has a lot of huge juggles in some of their games, and you don't find that so much here, but you do have more options than you would in a Street Fighter game, obviously. You wouldn't be doing this kind of shit in Street Fighter. So there is that. And there's some more wild properties than Street Fighter usually allows. But at the same time, you don't have short hops, so it's less wild than King of Fighters in that regard. You do have, like obviously the max cancel works kind of like a V-trigger on steroids. V-trigger would only be able to cancel off normals and shit, but this lets you cancel basically off anything except for a super. You can even cancel off the EXs. That kind of stuff. How many characters do I plan? So the first part of the game is going to have 9 characters. So, and you can actually see all of them here. Well, you can see 8 of them. So you can see the shadowed out characters here. I'm pretty sure you can guess who they might be based on their silhouettes. So those will be the first 8, and then there's a 9th guest character that we have not announced yet. He'll be announced later on. But yeah, I'm pretty sure you can figure out who these are. And right now they're limited to the King of Fighters and Street Fighter characters. And so the next one, we will announce soon which character out of those 8 is next. And I'm pretty sure everybody will be happy with the next pick. But I won't say who it is just quite yet. So we've got like a lot of optimization to do, a lot of cleanup in the code, and that's because if we don't do that, then we won't be able to get the online features working. So I want to make sure that we get that at least grounded before the next character gets worked on. So once we have something to share, we'll definitely announce that. But I need to do some heavy cleanup of the code. Otherwise, again, online mode is just not going to function, or not going to function well at the very least if I don't do that kind of work on the game. And so that'll be a bit of work to get through that. That's kind of the roadmap of what we're working with now. We want to have the code cleaned up. There's several systems. I need to change the input system. I need to change the sound system, the menu system, and I need to optimize the in-match game code, the fighting program. It needs to be able to save and load state because we're gonna have rollback in our netcode and that kind of stuff. So that's a lot of work. It's gonna look like nothing's changed for a while, and from the outside you won't see any real change. You might notice the optimization, but that will be it. But under the hood, just know that there's gonna be so much change. I literally have to review probably about 70% of the entire program and to optimize and to make changes to those. So it's quite an endeavor. It is definitely not a simple task, even though it will appear to everybody that's playing it that nothing has changed. But if I don't do that, again, it's not going to work right. And I want it to work right, so that's pretty much that. I think Terry came out pretty good, so I'm really excited to get to the next character. I don't know that character quite so intimately, but I got I don't know if you want to call them experts in the field of that character that are gonna at least help advise the design process on that, so that should be pretty fun. I'm happy, or rather excited would be the word. I'm excited to get into this character because it'll be one that'll be challenging like Terry was. I actually didn't expect Terry to be all that challenging from the design standpoint, but he actually ended up being incredibly challenging from that design standpoint, and I feel ready for this character in light of that, and so I'm excited to get to that character essentially. So yeah, this patch will be live tomorrow if nothing goes catastrophically wrong between now and then. As far as I'm concerned, it's pretty much down to me writing up the actual patch notes, getting the documentation all set, all the boring work, unless somebody finds a glitch. But I've been looking and I haven't seen anything catastrophic to bother holding the patch up for. And so that's pretty much it for that. Let's see, we're at 8:15. We still got time left. Screw it. Let's see what we can do. What were we working on last time for pixel art? Oh, we did the cat, right? Did I do the parallax scrolling on that stage? Let's check that. If not, I might want to do that. This stage. Oh, there's the cat. Yeah, I did the parallax. Looks like it's moving there. Oh, I can't. Can't move without Ken. Yeah, okay, the parallax scrolling is in there, so we got that. What else is there? Oh, that's not gonna hit. That'll hit. What else we got? Let's see what stages we got. I do want to separate this. I don't know if I'll have enough time to do that whole thing though. I haven't even thought about the redesign for it. Sakura Castles should be all set. This is another one of those, man, I don't know if I want to dig into that one right now. Did all the changes in here happen? Or is this still pending some changes? Nope. Okay, let's do this one. So this is supposed to have the train cars in the corner, like the other cart had, the other train stage. Because it's like the daytime version of that. So yeah, we'll unplay here, and let's drag in. Where are we now? Not fighters. Stages. American train, daytime. Okay. So let's drag in the scene so we can work on it here. Okay. And we'll also drag the night scene in so we can compare to it. So if I unload this, you'll see that there's these train cars here. But they are the nighttime version. And I believe we do have the day sprites. I think Raito sent those over. So let's take a look. Hey, let's see. I don't see them there. Maybe I don't have them. I guess that's why I didn't put them in. Raito, are you out there? Are you listening? Send those sprites in. I want to put them in. Yeah, I guess I didn't receive them or something. I separated all these ones. Or maybe he submitted them and I didn't grab them. Well, okay. Nuts to that one then. Let's see. Hold on. XSplit's complaining about something. What do I got? Eh, it looks okay. Must have been a hiccup. It was complaining about processing time. Alright, well, let's see. What about this stage? Could definitely separate some of this stuff. This one's a little tough. I'm thinking that in order to get layering on this stage, you want the sky to be its own layer. You want the Angkor Wat to be its own layer. The trees behind it can probably be in the same layer. If you nuance it too much, because of the low resolution of the game, you'll start seeing pixel popping. So I would probably leave those both in the same layer. And then these trees here are all one layer. What I got there? Where's the nighttime? Oh, here's the nighttime one. Okay, so it's just a flat background. Let's try to fiddle with this. See if we can get this going. Be a nice little relaxing pixel art project here. Alright, so we don't want to edit that one. Let's edit a copy. Let's do the easiest one of all. Let's cut out the Angkor Wat and we'll do the sky. Okay, so this here, we're just going to patch it up by copying it. Yeah, like that. Oh, that does not line up. Well, that ain't good. Alright, we'll fix it. We can fix it? Isn't that what Bob the Builder says? I don't know. Never watched it. Ain't that his slogan, though? We can fix it. Now, most of the sky here is actually going to become unviewable, and that's fine. In fact, because I actually copied and pasted this sky, I think. Anyway, this should work out a little bit better. I'm assuming that we're not going to see anything actually past the initial bit here. So I actually don't have a template for these ones, which is interesting. So let's pull up the template. I don't have a template for any of them? Uh-oh. Something's not right here. Something is not right. There should be template files here. Why don't I see them? Might be why I'm not. Yeah, see? Why are these files not showing up? It's in Pocket Finder. Oh, this is the assets folder. Shit. That's probably why. Okay. Well, that's why we don't edit the originals. There's our template. Let me guess. Here's the daytime train stuff, because I was looking in the wrong folder. God, I'm an idiot. Okay. Crap. Yeah, there's all that shit. God damn it. Oh man. Okay. All right. Man, I don't know what I want to do now. Do I want to go back and just do this, or do I want to? Man, I was enjoying the pixelating here. Let's do this one, and then I'll just work tomorrow morning to get the other one fixed up for the beta. Okay, this is the PNG file. This is the stage template. So I'm assuming, yeah, there's a night and a day. Okay. So what I wanted to see was starting visibility. Hello, just curious, what is that tool? This program here? This is Paint Shop Pro. It's ancient. I would not recommend using it. I use it because I'm familiar with it. It's from like, how old is this? This is from 2004. I wouldn't use it if I were you. I wouldn't use it. It actually has a lot of compatibility issues. I'm very surprised it even runs at all on Windows 10, but it has still has some compatibility issues on Windows 10. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend to get into it. I'm just very used to working in this, so I can work faster in this than other things. And it's just basically an old... It was a Photoshop competitor, I think would be the best way to describe it. Yeah, so I wanted the middle visibility, and then so it cuts off at this part. That's about what I expected. So we may not see more than this if we scroll it at all. I might just leave that layer locked since it's a sky layer. So just giving myself a visual idea of what to expect here. All right, so I'm going to cut that out, and we're just going to move the whole thing inward. Alright, we've got to... You know what I'm going to do? Let me just leave this not transparent so that I can just do this and cover up anything that needs to be covered. Okay, and so the middle here is on an odd pixel, so we'll get to that in a minute. Gotta cut out the entire countryside there, and we'll fill it in. So because this is on an odd pixel, we need to move this in by 1, and that aligns it with everything else. There. And so there's our adjusted sky. In fact, what I will do is... Let me pull it the other direction. There. And we'll fill that in. So we'll keep a copy of that. And let's back up. Okay. Now we want to remove... Yeah, let's... I'm thinking we can take... I'll highlight these here. This tree back here. This tree back here. I'm assuming there's some on the other side. This one and this one. We might be able to detach those as kind of a second layer behind that, so it'd be split between the tree line here and the Angkor Wat in the back. So this will be a sandwiched in layer, and that might give it a little bit more depth as it's moving along. I think that would look interesting. They're clearly tiled in with the rest of them, but I think we can remove that. Okay, so Honestly, I think the next step of what I want to do is to separate the Angkor Wat itself out of the picture here. So in order to do that, I'm first going to remove the blue from the sky layer and transform it to complete white. And that will help us keep that separated. Actually, now that it is, what do you want? I'll get out of here. Steam. Get the hell out of here. Alright. Now we have that as a single palette element. I'm going to just change it to like purple so it's out of our way and we can see that it is, you know, we've gotten rid of the sky properly. So the process here then means we've got to remove any overlaying element on top of it, especially these trees here. This entire tree front here should also get removed. But I do not want to move the back layer like with this stuff because this is behind the Angkor Wat, but we'll just keep it on the same layer. So this means that all this has to go, and then we'll try to reconstruct the skyline after we've done this. Now we don't have to do all of this, the entire skyline, and because if this is going to scroll back and forth, is it M for move? Yeah, that's fine. So if it's going to move in the background, it's going to follow the camera as it goes along. So you probably only need like up to here and up to here. You probably don't have to go farther than that, but we'll figure that out as we tweak it. It'll look a little broken in game as we start to figure that out, but eventually we'll get that. Now, is this a mirror copy of the left and right? I believe it is. So, and we can check that very easily. So we say there, and we delete that selection, and yeah, you don't see any pixels moving, except for obviously the ones that have been erased. So we really only have to do half of this, and then we copy and paste it to the other end. So that actually makes our process a lot easier, and that's good. So let's remove that, and then we remove anything that's not this tree line in the back. So any of these branches or the darker leaf patterns, they've got to go. And doubly so here. We'll just get rid of that. Some of the stuff does peek through. I mean, I could just erase over that because we're going to repaint this anyway with the darker color. Really don't have to be all that clean about it. As long as I don't erase any of the detail actually on the Angkor Wat, then we've got problems. Oh, also here, now they were limited by palettes and stuff, but this probably should be this. With the trees coming in. I'll keep that in mind as we, yeah, that looks right. Because you can see like this corner here is supposed to be tree because this pattern extends into it. But they couldn't get the palette. If they made this block here green palette, then this would be green too. And they didn't want that. So they prioritized the Angkor Wat's color over the trees. And it's not really all that noticeable because it's going into the background. But I personally don't want to leave it that way. So we'll keep that in mind. Now we don't have to change anything here necessarily, but we will have to do that when we take out the tree layer. And because oh no, did the audio go out again? I hope not. Oh no, oh thank God the audio's there. Okay, I think I just heard the controller disconnect. I'm getting like audio issues, PTSD. Okay, and I'll probably leave this as a part of the tree line, so we don't need to worry about that or this. And we can just get rid of this. And we have our cleaned out part here. I know I'm getting touchy about that. Man, I about fucking had it with that audio software. I am seriously pissed. I'm gonna really look into an alternative because it's getting to be too much of a hassle. It's just killing me. And God hope it is only that. If it's the actual hardware, I'm gonna be super pissed. Okay, so arguably only this part here needs to have this color. And so anything peering through the trees is going to find that behind it. And then our sort of minimum tree table here is this. And so this is not going to be seen because it's going to be in front of it. So we can just wing it. And we may actually crop this down a little to save on RAM in-game. So we really don't even need all that, we just need about that much. So the question here is, what about all of this? It looks like this pattern is the same as this. I mean, we could just kind of lazily... Well, there you go. There's your tree line. I mean, it works. Fuck it. You're not gonna see most of it anyway. So there you go. There's a cheap and easy tree line for you. Yeah, that should be okay. All that looks good, so we really don't even need to worry about this half because it's a mirrored image. I think. Is the Angkor Wat itself mirrored? It looks like it, yeah. Yeah, that's mirrored. Okay. There you go, magic. We got our skyline here. Okay, so what we want to do is cut it off about here. We don't know how much we're gonna need from side to side, so we may cut it off in game, but this should be good enough for the moment. Oh, I need to set the transparency so that becomes transparent in game. Yeah. That is the mansion project, that's not Pocket Fighter. Okay. Resources, stages, Angkor Wat. Day. Back. Let's make a new. It's spelled with 2 T's, right? And similarly with this, we don't need all of this. Say that's the sky. Okay, we'll leave that one open for reference. Yeah, let's see. Do we don't have the original on hand. Alright. We'll just... Oh, here's the... Yeah, here we go. This is fine. Okay. So, same thing here. Let's knock it down in color. We can easily remove the sky. And to be honest, we can remove the Angkor Wat itself, I think, because it doesn't share... Oh, it does share color to rocks, though, doesn't it? 2 and 2, it does. Small price to pay. We'll patch that after. Patch that up. Let's just make it all blue. So blue, as far as the eye can see. Now I believe this is shared. This is 1-1. Yeah, it's shared. Yeah. Okay, and of course it did nuke out the rocks, but that's okay. Because we can then just copy the rocks. Since it's all under it. Yeah, let's see. Make sure it's lined up, and boom. See? It's lined up. Got our rocks back. Okay. Now we can remove the Angkor Wat itself, the remnants of it. So like I said last time here, you can really see now where the trees have been left out. So you can just do something like this. That's good enough. And just mirror it, because the whole thing's mirrored anyway, it doesn't matter. Okay, we will get rid of this, and this, and this. And actually everything in between here doesn't really need to exist. In fact, it's better if it doesn't, because parts of it may show through. In fact, what I can do, just do this, section it off, and just do it like that. There. And now the tree line the tree line is preserved in this regard. Oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? Nope. Okay, there we go. And so we've got all that. And in fact, actually, this probably should be filled in because it's below this other detail. That will be on this layer. So that looks alright. And for that same reason, I'll probably fill this one line back in and this part. Oh wait, we're taking these trees out, aren't we? Well, shit. I mean, we don't have to. Just thought that they looked a little bit in the distance, but... whatever. Okay, and since this is mirrored, all we gotta do is that, and all the changes are proper. Now, if we wanted to go the extra mile, we could vary up the foliage, but I have neither the time nor possibly the skill to perform that right now. So we will leave that for another day if necessary. Oh, not edit. Transparency. There we go. And like before, just crop it on down. So this would be Angkor Wat day 4 for foreground. Basically is, so. Looks okay. I'm just giving a once over. I think that should be alright. So a good way to test this would be to... we could take this, delete it, and do it in layers. So that's our top layer. We want our sky, which will be up on top. That might actually get hard to see, so let's do this. And we'll bring it down here. As well, our background color itself will need to be white. Or, well, the white as it appears on that. It's not pure white, but you get the idea. Then we take this and bring this up in the middle. Align it here. And there you go. So it looks identical to the other one, except we can move it. So essentially as we move, the layers will kind of like go like that. A little bit to the left and right. So this won't move too much, so it'll move like this in the background. And then the clouds may or may not move with it. We'll see what looks good. So I'd say that test looks good. Let's go back to here. Let's load that. And then remove that. Come on, let's go. Doesn't seem to catch all the time. Let's see, so we're doing the Angkor Wat. Yeah, alright. This is stages. Angkor Wat day, new separated. And there we go. We'll give them a pivot of bottom. I believe they're all evenly spaced. So that's 440, 440, and 440. Yeah, alright. That is correct then. I want no compression, all those clean pixels, no filtering. Again, I want those clean pixels. I think that's all the settings we need to do. We don't need to do any anchor points, it's automatic. Okay, now let's drag that Angkor Wat in. And we'll use the original one as a guideline to align stuff, but we will remove it eventually. So this is foreground. Must be 0, 0, 0. Sprite renderer. We have a material for this. Actually, we can just select it from here. I believe it's this one. Yeah. Foreground. It is on the background layer. Stage background. We'll put it at 0. And in fact, this one's going to be -10 for now, so that we can see it below it. Okay. So we should see it here. It's gonna have to move down here, essentially. So how on point is that? It's a little high, right? -1.2. Oh, there we go. Right on the money. That's good. That's good. And we can see. We can actually remove the back, and we've got that. So the sky is going to be easy. We're going to add a parallax layer controller. And we'll get my parallax system here. Let's load a mock camera, so pretend a camera. And we'll do 4.5. And you see it there. Okay, so now the sky layer has to have let's see. Let's say that it's... I guess we'll line it by top. Yeah. So top center. Don't need a time controller. We do need to see what's in here though, so I'm gonna copy the foreground and say it's the sky. Put it under the sky layer. Put in sky. And it's going to be -5 because it has to be the most back part of the thing here. So here we've got it here. I don't know, or should it be the bottom? Do bottom. Okay, I've got to make sure that it is lined up properly with that. So 0.4 looks right. It looks flush with the back up there. So the scroll factor. Oh, that messes up the offset, doesn't it? So if we move up, yeah, then it doesn't move, right? We might want some movement up and down. And we can put this up here, kind of get an idea. Oh, there's no camera. Let's see. No, it won't display. Oh, there it is. Alright, we've got to redo the offset so that it is visible. Let's see. This will be 4.5 is the default setting. So we'll make sure that it is visible here. It'll be 0.8, yeah. So as the camera pans up, it may move up and down a little bit. We'll see if that looks okay. If it doesn't, we can readjust it. So okay, let's unload this one again. So we're just seeing this, and we're going to make a new layer. Angkor Wat layer. Parallax camera controller. Oh, not camera controller, I'm sorry. Parallax layer controller. We'll say that it's from bottom center. It's probably going to have a scroll factor of 1 vertically. But this will, I don't know, 0.5. We'll see what it looks like. We won't know until we start trying it. So like last time, we'll just copy the sky object and call it the Angkor Wat. And it's this one. Okay. Doesn't need time controller, doesn't auto scroll. We do need to sort of adjust it down here. How did that go now? Alright, this was flush with that, which means it is way too low. Okay. It's basically that. So we actually have a problem here. It doesn't go low enough. Now that's easily fixed. Let's see. Yeah, the Angkor Wat should go down farther itself. That's what I was afraid of. So we cut a little too much off. So 440 by Let's say 80, just to be safe. No, we don't need to go that far. Do 74. Then we'll replace the one in here. There we go. And this is supposed to be aligned roughly about here. It is a little off. Not really sure why. It probably won't come through on the actual camera though. Or is this off by... Oh, this is off by measure, that's why. Jeez. Of course it is. That figures. Alright, we gotta realign it now. Okay, that makes sense why that was wrong then. Yeah, that's much better. And since the sky was off too, let's just realign that. Even if just to be proper about it. There, that was a little better. That's kind of what I expected to see, that it was on the layer adjustment line. It wasn't before. I mean, it's not too big an issue because this is what the offset is for, to correct that kind of error, but that's fine. We're okay with that. And now we need one more layer. I'm gonna call it the skybox. And it's just gonna be a pixel. Clear pixel, pixel. And we're gonna pull the color from the sky. Pull it from a good source here. And we'll just scale it up. Actually, why don't we... Okay, first, say it's the background, it's going to be -10, it's behind everything else. We could say that it's a tiled or a sliced. So, 44, and then 24? Yeah, something like that. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I'll adjust that back later. Essentially, the idea is I want to make sure that it's... oh, okay. I guess this would be -22 then to center it. And the back here. And we'll crunch the height in a bit. It doesn't need to be everywhere. Just enough to cover the top when it moves up. In fact, it will never go higher than that blue line too, so we can just say that that will cover the background. Because our sky layer actually ends here and you'd see gaps in between, so we have to put the sky color behind it. And that doesn't have to move, it just is what it is. So, foreground, background 0, sky background -5, Angkor Wat's got to be -2, just to make sure that they're filtered in the right order here. And so we see this, and the sky will move up. We might have to have the Angkor Wat move up as well, but I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, the idea is when the camera's here, it'll be all the way over here, which actually probably is not too great. So let's readjust that so that it doesn't go too far. So if we move the mock camera, this is center, and this is the off bit. I'll be honest, even that might be a little too much. So that's 0.9. How about 0.8? Oh, goes the other direction. 0.956. Let's try that. And that way, like, the entrance is seen from all perspectives. You'll see the entrance still. Might give it a little bit of an extra point of perspective instead of moving it all the way off. Okay. That might be good. Let's see. And then, oh, you know what? The sky has to go with it. So X scroll factor has to be 0, I believe. Yeah. Sky's got to go with it. That should give it its sense of perspective here. The sky doesn't really move. Other objects will move because they're closer. And then it might move a little bit as you go up. In fact, that's going to leave a gap. That's actually going to move 0.1. Yeah, something like that. Say 0.2. Yeah. So right here, the blue outer line, I don't know if you can see that clearly on stream. Let me move this down. There's this blue. Yeah, I think you can see that. There's this blue line here. That's what the camera can see completely. And then the dark blue line is as far as the camera's actual view with the HUD included. That's why you can't see above this light blue line, is because the HUD will be obscuring it. So we have to make sure that, yeah, it's gonna be a little tricky. Hold on. So this is our normal camera view here, and as you can see, the sky does not reach the top, and it needs to. So we have to align it so that this, with the current camera view, the outside white line here, it's a little hard to see on the back there. That has to be flush with it. So it's probably 3.7. Nope. Well, that's fine. Probably. Let's see. Yeah, if we want the sky to do that, it will either A, have to be higher and then lower, or we'll have to add some height to it. Okay, we can do that. Same way we did the skybox. Except it'll be -9 instead. And its color will be that of the dark blue. So -22. Actually, probably didn't even have to be that wide. Yeah, it's only got to be here. We can just wing it. It doesn't really have to be that precise. There's no pixel detail. It's just a solid color. And then we want to push it up above here, so we can actually shrink it a little bit. Now, the reason for that is now this entire part is highlighted in green for the whole layer. We've got a little leeway with its positioning. So let's see, right now it's at, and we gotta go back to 4.5. This is our default camera, so we can adjust it in a manner that suits this. Yeah, 7's fine. And then so if we bring the camera up, now you'll see the cameras in that blue sector. So we do get that that little lagged movement. That might give it a little more perspective on it. We'll see. Maybe it'll look terrible, but we'll see. We'll flip the switch. So let's load that, unload that, and see what we get. We are on the wrong stage. Oh, not the scene. Hold on. I'll maximize this one. Sure. Ken and Ryu, don't matter. I hate it. Man, it looks terrible. There's not enough parallax on the Angkor Wat, and the sky doesn't look right. You can't even see the clouds, I think is part of the problem. It's just too white underneath. My fear is that if it goes lower, it might start to checkerboard with these trees and stuff too, so... If we get any kind of airtime... Yeah, I don't know, I don't like it. Something's not right about it. The Angkor Wat itself doesn't seem to give much perspective on anything. Barely notice that it's even moving. So we'll have to increase how increase the extreme to which it moves. So if we say we're in the corner here, so it's got to be something more like this. I'm just kind of winging it here, but now you see the perspective actually move. That makes a bit more difference. I think it might be a little too much. Again, just winged it, but I think we're in the right direction. So let's get him all the way over here. Hello, DeFirus. Welcome back. So maybe something like this. Let's see how this looks. I'm just trying to pay attention to the background. Terry's monkey? Yeah, we thought about that. It might as well be. Might as well be Yuki. The sprite itself is from Shantae. Edited up a little bit, but yeah. Yeah, when we were talking about adding wildlife to the thing, somebody's like, I'm like, oh, yeah, let's put a monkey in, it's jungle, right? And somebody's like, yeah, what, Terry's monkey? And I'm like, sure, it's Terry's monkey. That's fine. What's making it hard for you is your trees heading towards the background. Trees heading toward the background. Oh, you mean like these ones here, right? There's parallax on far distance, but not... Yeah, the path. I was thinking about that myself. Well, we could possibly chop those up. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's tough with this because how many layers do you do as it goes back? Like I can see maybe the 4-layer ending here, and then at least this part. But I would almost think that maybe these two trees, and then the last one is a third layer, perhaps, but it's hard to say. Yeah, I was gonna say the sky needs adjustment. Sky needs adjustment. So sky layer we'll say is a 1 instead of a 0. That don't look right either. Something's gotta change with that sky. Just design-wise, I don't like it anyway, because it just looks too tall. It looks too high. In fact, most of the perspective does look too high. If everything could just come down a little bit, it might be a little better. Yeah, well, that's what I'm thinking. If you've got, you can't just take these 3 trees and make them its own layer. It might have to be like these 2 and these 2, and have them come in, because these 2 kind of have the same perspective on the ground, and these 2 have a similar perspective on the ground. You could cut this off. This is the last bit of the 4, so all this is 4, and then layer 2, layer 3. Oh, it's gonna look so weird with the way the path is drawn, though, too. Yeah, Jesus. This is why I didn't want to do this way. I was thinking, as I'm doing, I'm like, we're probably gonna have to do this, aren't we? Oh, what a pain in the ass. Okay. All right. How much time do we got left? Oh, we don't have that much time. Oh, boy. Okay. All right. So I'm thinking, what did I say? These 2 have a similar, and these 2 have a similar. So, oh man. This turned into a lot of work. So these 2 and these 2 will be a layer. Yeah, so just to demarcate it here. So this is kind of the outline of this. And this, and then this, of course, is its own. So 1, 2, 3. That is a minimum, I think. This is why I didn't do the Paris stage yet, because I had a similar problem. We'll open up. So I'm looking at this and I'm like, no way. They're like, these all have to be on their own thing. So it would be this one, this one, this one, this one. And then I guess this is its own thing. So this is 1. Oh, I can't really see that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, well, and that's what I'm thinking. The path is going to be a pain in the ass. That's the worst part. That's what I'm thinking. This part's going to be the pain. Because say you demarcate this part here. Simple answer? I'll be honest. Simple answer. It's not elegant, but, oh, there we go. We fixed it. And that's it. And that could literally be the fix, because at this point, this layer is going to, well, let's say it's up 1. So this layer will shift that. And so you don't have any texture moving. And then this layer will shift that. And that's it. And there just won't be any texture moving along the way. Yeah, so the grass. Yeah. For the grass, what you probably would have to do is something like this. Now let's see, what line is that on this one? So when you shift it here, it doesn't look so much like it's moving because there's sort of an outline there. In fact, it would have to probably get rid of that. Or not that pixel, but this one here. And that way it's kind of like lined. Might be the easiest way. And then so you have to make adjustments from there and say, okay, well, these 2 pixels don't look quite right now. And we'll say we'll outline that to make that a little more consistent. I don't know, maybe that pixel will work. And then you just go back and forth and see what it looks like. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, then I guess we'll just revert back to the not so moving version of it. There's tricks to try. There's tricks to try yet. Or wait, hold on. That wasn't. Was it? Yeah, I guess that was the. Yeah, that was the line. So see, now it's less noticeable about the movement. So there are things we can do to attempt to fix this, but let me back up here. Oh, you know what? It's already saved, so let's just close it and reopen it. This is why I like to copy it and not use the original. Hey, okay. And this suddenly turned into a hell of a lot more work. I think the best way to do this will be to remove it layer by layer here. So we want to assume the general shape of the tree is probably like this. Just based on, like, we see this here. And then it comes in pretty much like this. And it comes down to that point. Yeah, because this part is already the tree under it. So something like that. And now that we have that, we can kind of filter that out. And just kind of wing it here. And that should be pretty good for that. I'll probably take this blade of grass here. Let's see. 3D would kind of keep the path facing camera, which is hard to do in TV. Yeah. Grass will look like it's maybe like... I think those are old ones. You can kind of cheat and have the trees in the back that move behind your forest. Oh, these ones here? Are you talking about? The only problem with that is that they stick out from the actual... like, treetops here. This one arguably could be separated. And maybe this one. But these ones here are rooted right in the foreground. Unless they're completely edited to be different, but that's a whole other deal. Alright, let's see. I just want to get this marked out here. Yeah, alright. I could even say that this could be part of this here. Yeah, let me undo all that. Oh, not that far. No, alright, whatever. I'll just copy it back. Up to this point. Yeah, that's right. I'm actually thinking, to get as close as we can to the path here, we could even take up to like this far and say that this here is where the layer ends. Yeah, like that. I think that would work better. The wrong color. There, something like that. Okay, so let's see, where does that leave us for our line here? I mean, we can see what the texture looks like, but I think what we'll probably end up having to do is just to do something like that. And that way we don't have any movement like this. Or, well, more accurately, we don't have any movement like this. I'm not sure if it will look terrible yet, but I'm guessing that we probably won't be able to have this, because then, oh, I'm too far. If you have this texture, it just highlights the fact that it's actually moving, and you're gonna get that kind of stuttering, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what we get. Okay, so this up to here. I mean, it basically turns into this at this point. Yeah. So we'll leave these alone for now. We might separate those later. But we'll see what it looks like as is. And we'll just mirror it. And this one will be called... Actually, this needs to be... what is it? Yeah, decrease. 16... What'd I make these ones? They're pings? Yeah, figures. So this will be 4-1, and then we'll just number them down from there. Okay, first one down. And it gets a little easier from here, thankfully. So let's copy this, bump the colors. No, all the way. And just brightness contrast. There we go. That's what I'm trying to do. Okay. And now we know what we've got left to work with. And we said that we want to cut it off at this tree shape here, roughly. Yeah, okay, let's see. Something like this should be appropriate. And then make sure that this has the outline in front of it. So the hard part's going to be what we do with the grass here. We could do what we did similar to the other one. I would say maybe do this and see how that works, perhaps. I think it's roughly what we did when we did our little test here. And so, in fact, we'll just, yeah. Yeah. So either we'll have to cut in like that, or let that rock that way. In fact, actually, that might be a little better. We'll see. We'll see what it looks like. And same deal as last time. Well, we've got our cutout here, so we can fill in our red and. Alright, that should give us enough to chop it off. Let's see, this is part of the layer, right? So I'm assuming that this then becomes this. Yeah, let's do it that way. Okay. And this. Oh. There. Yeah. Alright. Flatten the layer. Mirror. Is that right? Does this fill in this spot? Yeah, it does. Okay. And it's behind, so. Yeah, okay. Alright. I heard the sound. So now I'm paranoid. Uh-oh. No? Oh no, we're good. We're good. Oh, thank God. I swear to God, if it bombed again, I'd just flip out and be like, no, that's it, we're done. I can't take it anymore. We're all good, okay. Let's just put it right up to the sides here. Decrease colors. Get our transparency. Okay, so this is 4:2. I believe that's before we started messing with stuff. Yeah. Okay. And so we're gonna do the same thing here. Oh, make it a new layer first. Nope. The shortcuts are all different in every program, and I get them all screwed up. Alright, same thing. We're just gonna white it out, and then that's literally it. We don't have to even do any work with it. It just is what it is. So I can easily just palette this back to blue and call it a day. We do have to unify that with the other index and recast it down. Add transparency. Crop. And be done with it. God, I hope this works. Because we'll find out. It'll give me a good heads up as to how well. Say no to that. Yeah, it'll give me a good heads up as to how well I can expect the Paris level to go in terms of how it's going to be cut up. So we'll see how that works. Again, like especially with the cars and stuff on the road, I have no idea how that's going to layer on the ground. That's going to be a nightmare. But whatever. So, alright, let's pull this stuff into Unity. Not that one, this one. So we got Yep, 1, 2, 3. Alright, so I'm gonna say bottom 10 pixels per unit, full rect, no geometry, no filtering, normal quality. So no compression. In fact, I don't think I did the rect thing on these. I did not. So full rect, no physics. Okay. Okie dokie. Let's see. Now the fun part. So the foreground doesn't need to change position. It just needs to change what sprite it's using. Let's see. We also determined that the skybox, the sky layer needs to be a 1 or a 0.8 or something. That's not 0. It needs to snap with it. And then this week it ended up giving like an 86. So let's go with that first. And we need to make a new layer. For layer 1, and copy that into there. Foreground 1. Parallax, layer controller. I guess we'll do it based on the bottom center. It's gotta get zeroed out. 1, 2, 3. And its sprite has to be 4:2. Let's get our mock camera back so everything gets layered correctly. 4.5, our default camera position. And now we can layer it. So this is foreground 0, so mean -1. So it can be somewhere around here. Something like that. -4.2. That looks alright. Scroll factor. 0.2, I guess. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, geez, that's a lot. Or rather, I should say 0.9 to make it lesser. Oh, that might be okay. Yeah, it's starting to show its issues a little, but we'll work through it. 9.5 might give us a slightly. Oh yeah, I guess we're gonna have to fill in that gap, aren't we? That would make sense. We'll do that. We'll do that soon. I'm thinking maybe this will be a 9.6 and the next one will be, yeah, that might be better. And then the next one can be like a 9.8. Okay, and so we'll just copy this entire thing. And this is going to be 4.2. And this will be a 9.8. And it will feature layer 3. So, let's see, that's 0, 0, good. And this will have to be higher up here. And that looks right. Let's see. Oh yeah, okay, that's pretty good. Yeah. And that's a 9.8, so okay. It's a little weird, but we'll hash through it. It might not be too crazy. I think this pixel here is gonna have to go on the road. We'll see. We'll see how it works. I suppose that the Angkor Wat's gonna have to move less than these tree rows, right? So either the trees are gonna have to move faster. All right, let's save it. Let's look at this thing in real motion. see what it looks like. Oh man, they pixel pop pretty hard. Oh, that ain't good. It's not good. Okay. They probably need a 1 on there. So let's give them a 1 on their Y. Oh no, they're all fucked up. Okay, well we'll do that offline then. Or yeah, because that screws up their alignment, I think. Uh, 4.5. Yeah. That messes their alignment up. Okay. We'll fix it though. We can fix it. Oh, wrong one. Okay, so what I was saying before, this pixel line I think is going to have to go. At the very least. Yeah, we can fix it. Is that a JJ avatar? Max's wife, or is it something else? Or emote, I guess I should say, not avatar. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Okay. Okay, so if this goes up and down, yeah, okay, it's stationary now. Oh no, I know it's a global one, but I know they base the global ones sometimes off of some of the prolific streamers or people associated. So I wondered if it was supposed to be the image of JJ, just as a global emote, or if it's someone else, or just a generic. Alright, it doesn't move quite enough, I think, to be really even noticeable. So, let's crank up them values. First though, just to get some kind of thing in here. Okay. I'm just gonna copy this pattern. A streamer named Valeri is all I know. Oh, that name sounds familiar. Must be a story there. I suppose there usually is with those kind of things. I actually don't like that. There, something like that would be okay. That works. For now, at least. Alright, and then we'll copy that to the other side. And we'll get rid of that line of pixels I was bitching about. Oh, that didn't go. Okay, there we go. And then preemptively, I'm going to do a similar thing here. Just kind of dot this out a little. Sure. Hey, nothings. That's pixels. Yeah, this turned into a big fucking to-do. I'm like, oh, let's just separate the background. This one looks like it'll be easy. And now we're on like 6 layers. And so it's I just said nothings. I shortened it. I could call you Nuth. I know it's nothing Exus, but that's a big mouthful. So I shortened it. Alright. Place those 3. And we'll go back to Unity and see if it looks any better. Nexus works. Yeah, that works. That works. Oh, good. They're a lot more solid now. They do need to move a lot more, though. You're killing me. Your Nexus. Yeah, it's like Nexus. It's close to Exus. But NXS? Nexus. NXS. You want me to say the XS as excess. So if you put the N in front of it, it's Nexus. You know. Come on. I don't know, 9.5 maybe. NXS. Oh god, this is horrible looking. Oh Jesus, this is terrible. What the fuck? Oh god, this is not gonna work right. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Sounds like some kind of Gundam thing. Oh Jesus, this is not working out right. Oh god, this is not good. Or are they going in the wrong direction? Perhaps? No, I guess they're okay. Yeah, I guess that's the perspective you would have. So the one all the way in the back is really bad. So let's see if we uniform it. Okay, at least they're on the same thing. All right. Jesus Christ. Okay. I'll give it like a 9.2 maybe. Let's see. Yeah, it's a 9. Give it a 9. Oh wait. Does it have to be like less? Yeah, gee, I always get backwards with this. Oh, I guess it's supposed to be less then. I don't know. Honestly, I don't really like it. Eesh. Okay. Alright. 8.4. Yeah, the temple's gotta stop too. I'm looking at the hedges for the moment. Oh, that's a little better. That's a little better with the trees. But yeah, the temple's gotta kinda move with it, I guess? I don't know. Fucking kill me. Alright. Nah, I don't mean that. You can't be too careful these days. Whenever I say that, I don't mean it. Shit. I mean, it kinda sorta works. It's also a bit... Oh, I don't think these are layered right. Yeah, they're actually not in the right layer here. This has to be on -2. That's part of why it looks weird, I think. Okay, and then the temple's on a -2, so... Jesus Christ. So this has got to be like -5, fuck it. And that means that the sky layer also has got to be back to, I don't know, -8, whatever. And then this one's going to be, that's already -9, okay. I still don't really like it. Like, there's some gaps we got to fill, obviously. But I think this part moves a bit too much as is, so let's reel it in to like, I don't know. Point. Was this like 9? That's 9 flat, right? Okay. So this maybe like 8.7? just kind of guessing and checking here. No boy, no. I don't like it. I think it's actually got to move a little more. Or maybe not, I don't know. You're in the ballpark, just need to tame the 4 trees. Really? Okay. You think they're a little too aggressive. Can't remember if that's better or worse. Oh, that's the time up. All right, we'll fiddle with it more though. I don't want to lose this while I got you all here. So let's see. That playlist is now on repeat. That's the time up buzzer, by the way. Normally. Okay, so this probably should be like 9-2 or something. I think that will make it move less. So hopefully that's what you mean by tame. God, that looks worse, actually. So something like this. That's actually not terrible. We got a little bit of wonkiness with the path, but we can work through that. More concerned about the trees themselves. Trying to look at how the sky reacts to. Second layer needs more punch. You mean the middle layer? The one, this part here? Or this one back here? Let's say that this is layer 1, this is layer 2, and this is layer 3 of trees. So is it 1, 2, or 3? 2. So the middle one. Okay. That's this one. Needs more punch. So it needs to move more. Okay. How about that? Or is that not enough? That was total failure. Oh, show me the range shadow. Okay. There you go. I'm getting better at it. Now show me a walking Hado. Nope. There you go. Ah! Oh shit, wait, hold on. How the fuck did that fuck up? Hold on, input view, show frames. Or did I just not do it right? I think I just didn't do it right. That was a failure, because the input shows I didn't go all the way. Okay, that worked? Yep. Yeah, looks like it's working as intended. Right, they're coming in. Where are the sprites from? SNK released a handheld Game Boy Color-esque console called the Neo Geo Pocket Color, and they had an SNK versus Capcom game for it. So that's where the base sprites worked, or came from. Worked. And then so we colored them a little, but for the most part it's just those sprites with a little added color. So as an example. So it's just this. So normally they would have 3 colors, but we added more color to it. And a few animations we had to create or edit, like the grab whiff is not something that was in those games. I had the Franken sprite this together. I added this frame. Pocket did the Kaku Fubatsu sprites, which are amazing. That kind of stuff. So there's definitely some stuff added. Raito did the ground bounce and the face down get up. Yeah, we got a Terry. I'll switch to Terry so you can see him. Yeah, good Kamawaiki. Make sure I go back to the right stage here that we're testing. Kyo, Iori, and Mai are coming eventually. Angkor what? That sounds like what Terry would say. Angkor what? Oh shit! I lost all my. Fuck! I lost. I lost all the values because I reloaded. The stage. Son of a bitch! All right, hold on. Let's remember what the fuck were these now. That's great. I fucking lost it. These were 8, 9, and oh wait, no shit. These were 8, 9, and I think these were 8, 6. Barnacles. 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 Alright, that looks about like what they were. Oh, yeah, I was gonna say that. I think he's too high. I think he's too high. Oh, I didn't have Buster Wolf shot. And that was not gonna work. Oh shit! How did I not get that cancel? No, that's not gonna work. If I do this, then there's enough for a light one after, but that's it. So, and you have to get the heavy burn knuckle, you have to do it in that kind of way, and they have to be close enough to the. Yeah, this one's tough. But they have to be close enough to the edge to get to them. Yeah, there you go. So it's a corner only kind of thing. You could instead, no, I guess that one won't work. Yeah, you could do that anywhere on screen. That version. And with the power charge. So that, of course. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, you can't get that one. So, yeah. So, or you could just do that. I don't want to be fancy. Either way. Anyway, I'm supposed to be looking at the background here. All right. So, what about the path? Did the trees look okay now? I have a feeling that the ones in the back don't quite move enough. I don't think I got the right values for the ones in the back. Maybe they're 8.5 instead of 8.6. Let me turn the input view off just so we can see everything. Ah, great. I think I had it before, now I fucked it up. Layer 2 needs a slight nudge in speed. Got it. Which I think this will do. How's that? That does look a little better. What you think? Looking good? How much can you center the building in the background? I can center it completely if you want. So this layer could be completely, was it 1? Oh, you want me to center it in the layer, or yeah, along with this one, right? So that's a 0.85. Let's see, does that look right or no? That's a little off, right? So maybe a 1.1? Is that what I need to do? No, that's gonna go the other way. So 0.95 maybe? Doesn't look right. Does it need to slow down then? That don't look right either. What if I make it the same thing as this? What is this? 8.5? Or say 8.4? What will that look like? Oh, that might work. How's that? What do you think of that? It helps. The biggest hurdle is getting layer 2 more nuance. Do you think it needs to move a little more? Or less at this point? I could start quartering out those values more, but with the pixel resolution, you're probably not going to get too much of a difference. It really makes me think that maybe this should be another layer onto itself, but I don't know if it's completely necessary or not. Yeah, you think so? Okay. Yeah, it just doesn't look right with this whole chunk moving, where this is, you know, I'm thinking of it in like, you know, you've got this size, and this is half of this size, and this should be half of this size, but it's actually about the same. So this would be half of that, and this would be half of that. Let me write down these values first before I turn it off. Let's see, make a new thing here. So back one is a that? Yeah, that's the middle one. And that's a 0.9. Might have to go like a 0.91, perhaps, but we'll see. We'll record what we have for now. Then back 2 is a 0.85. Back 3 is needed. Might be 0.8, but we'll see. Okay, and then the Angkor Wat itself right now is 0.84, so the watt is 0.84. Okay, and the sky, we'll adjust that later. Okay, so right now, to get those values, so sorry, whole thing. Okay, that's back 2, so this is 0.85. Back 1 is 0.9. And the watt is 0.4. Okay. Let's subdivide again. Oh my god. You guys are killing me. This one was supposed to be the easier of the two. And that didn't work out. Oh god. Alright. 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 Jesus Christ. Let's see. Huh. Well, perspective demands respect and care. That it does. That it does. So I'm assuming this one's going to be kind of like this. Now that doesn't line up with what the texture is, but I think that's the only one that's going to make sense, is something like this. So, and we can cut deep into there. And I think this will have to be part of the layer above it. Otherwise, we're not going to get too much perspective movement. Yeah, let's do that. See how it comes out, and then we'll go from there. And then this is a copy of that. Yeah, actually this is the 3, and so the 4 is going to be a different one. So I'm just going to copy this onto here. So this is going to replace 3. And so we can take this one here and do what we did last time to find out that. Let's merge it down, and we end up with that basically. So 16 15. And we'll set the transparency while we're here. And we might as well just make the file also while we're here. So this is 4. So essentially, we've got this. Probably that. We can crop it in here. Because this is present here, I'm expecting that it's going to get shaped out something like that, and then the rest here can just be something like that, right? Yeah. Might work. Hello. No.
No.
It's against the terms of service.
Oh, is it?
You're lucky we don't have a webcam.
Oh, I didn't know. I don't know any better.
Boy.
I'm from Kentucky. I'll know any better. Mark's motorboating you guys.
No, that's against the terms of service. I'm doing no such thing.
You started it.
Shut up. You started it.
I merely walked up beside you.
Yeah.
You just, oh, hello. Nom 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 nom.
Nom 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 nom. Love you.
Love you too. Come to bed, nerd.
I got shit to do. I want to finish this up.
Red card.
Red card. Red card, red card.
Oh, no.
Don't call the moderators.
No.
Yes.
Turn us in, Larry. Gotta get this fucking nerd to spend some time with me.
All in good time. No. No.
No, I did instigate this one.
Yeah, you did.
Not that first one.
I know.
Oh, okay.
Love you.
Love you too.
Alright. This one's gonna be -2. Oh wait, shit, no. This one... This is -1. Yeah, this was erroneously -1. So this one's gonna be -3. I'll downgrade it to an offside penalty.
Thanks, Larry!
Thanks, man. Alright, and then this one's 4 now. Ah, shit. And now, yeah, the watt's gotta go back. Oh my god. This one be -5. Yeah, and then the sky's gotta go back to... Wait, here's the sky layer. Let's see. This is -9, so make this -8. There we go. That should give us room to work with. Okay, let's see. Let's get the mock camera here. And we can start adjusting a couple things. So currently, those two still move in tandem because they're set to the same value. I don't know, I'm gonna do 0.8 and we'll see what it looks like. Let's... Layer axis, anchor, bounds. Yeah, okay, I'll turn that off. I'll be honest, it might actually have to, like, be further apart, perhaps. at the very extremes, but it's hard to tell, but with all this shit in the way. Seems to move too much. So what's this one? This one's 8.5. This 8.3. Oh, that's a little better. I don't think the layer is aligned properly, actually. I think it's not at the right... Yeah, okay. That was part of it. It says something doesn't look right about that. It's supposed to be negative 3.8. Okay, that probably makes a lot more sense. Now. Okay. Yeah, that is looking better as far as the perspective goes. Because it lines up pretty flat now. When you go all the way to the side there. You see it? Hold on, I gotta grab the thing, bring it back. So if I pull all the way here, see how the layering right over here actually looks pretty decent. I still think that this one's a little off. That's a bit better. That might be... Ooh, okay. I think that's doing it. Whoa. It's almost looking 3D there. Okay. That actually looks pretty good. Let's take a look at that in actual motion. So let's load this one in. Unload that. The temple needs a little bit too. Uh-oh. Something's wrong with the tree background there. It's up by 1. Why is it up by 1? Yeah, it is off by 1. Oh, it is, yeah. I guess I didn't notice it because the line was there. So this one's gotta come down. Oh, right, I need my map camera back. I gotta make something that auto re-inits that. That looks right now. Yeah, that's right now. Okay. Okay, so you're saying... Let me unload that. Oh, yeah. So they're pretty equal at this point. So this is a 0.84. So this one needs to be a 0.83. Oh, yeah, look at that. Yeah, we 3D now. Whoosh. Okay. Alright, let's see what that looks like. It's all coming together now. I'm feeling a little better about it. Of course, we gotta fill in the gaps, but, you know, just motion-wise. Oh. Yeah, I was gonna say it's subtle enough that it's not too distracting when shit's going down. I don't like the way that the sky moves from the top, but we'll get to that. Let's see. Oop. Nope. That was a cross up from hell. Alright. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Yeah. It's just subtle enough. Good enough for government work. Well, that ain't good enough for here. Alright, so major thing I want to change, sky, now that we got the rest of it grounded in pretty good. So I'll have to fill in the gaps. I'll probably do that part off stream. But at least we have that, but I'm going to just soup up the sky box here, or sky layer. Let's say do not display that for now. So the issue here happens to be where's the handles for it? Oh, I guess it doesn't show up in play mode. Guess that makes sense. Alright, we'll just we'll turn it off. Okay, we did make a couple changes here, I think, so let's do that real quick. 4. Oh no, those are fine, And that's 8.3. Okay, sky layer, and we'll turn this off. So turn it off for all of them. .5. Okay, so we got that, and we want this part here. Oh, Jesus, 5.3? That's not what I wanted. 0.3? No. So when this is here... Yeah, let's try a 0.9. I'll keep it mostly... I think I want it lower in general, so if we do something like this, and then as it moves up, only goes up a little bit, and then it's side to side, it's actually a bit more aggressive than the others, so 0.98. Oh, that's not quite enough. Skies are weird, man. Because if it's completely static, it just doesn't look quite right. But they're also, like, not at the same speed as other shit, because they're so far away. I don't know. I guess the only real thing to do is to try it and see if it works. I hate skies. They're always different in every stage depending on what the hell's around them. you still can't see the clouds under the normal bit there. You have to actually hit someone upward for it. But I don't think the horizon would look too good if there wasn't that gradient. Oh, that's not what I want. That's not what I want. That's what I want. There we go. Let's get him. Oh. Alright, so then it's just a matter of getting the gaps. So you see there's a little gap here on this one where the image just kind of ends. So if I can bridge that gap, I think that's kind of the only one. Oh, there's a gap here too, just not as pronounced. So I've got two gaps, this one here and this one here. So that's easy enough to fill out. I'll just fill out like probably double what I need, and that'll cover any future adjustments that may be made. Yeah, alright, this looks pretty good actually. The only part that looks a little strange at the moment, other than perhaps the ridgeline here with the grass, is just the highlight on the road here. Because this shifts, it kind of changes the perspective of what it kind of looks like, but I don't know. I mean, I can easily just erase that part if I need to. It does look a little flat too in the back, but yeah, other than that, I'll probably fill out a little pixels here, and that's pretty okay. I might get rid of this pixel, or these two, and make them the dirt. The shape does get heavily distorted along the side there, but that's all tweak territory for at this point. I think the motion looks good. So thanks, Larry, for feedback on that. Now that I've done this, I gotta change the night version, or the next version's not gonna have the night version. Thanks, guys. That's even more work. That's my own fault. It's my own fault. I chose to do this one instead of the train. That was my mistake. That was my mistake.
Don't forget, you also gotta turn the AC up, because I'm too short.
Oh, okay.
Well, excuse me, princess.
What's that got to do with my game?
You're talking about work you gotta do.
Oh, it's work I gotta do. All right.
Yeah, I gotta be a big man. Do big man thing.
Yeah, big man things. She can't reach the AC, so I gotta
don't
get.
mock me.
Let's see. I'm trying to get power geyser off of this. I know it's possible. It's tough though. Oh, yeah. Let's do that. That'll work. If I could do it quick enough. Okay, well that works too, but that's not what I wanted. Negative edge is fucking me up. Either I delay it and I just get power geyser, or I don't delay it and I get fucking burn knuckle on the negative edge. Oh well, whatever. So
Cat on you?
I know. Grow wings and reach.
I would if I could.
Yeah, well, whatever. Alright, yeah, I guess that's it for now. And then I'll fill in the gaps here and the one here, and then the one here. You don't see this one as much because it's showing through brown, but there's definitely a gap there. So, but it looks pretty good, so I'm happy with that. Did I codify these changes? Let's see. The sky layer is 0.9, 0.9. You know what? I'm just gonna copy. I don't believe I changed the other one, but 8.3 if I didn't. I did change that, okay. And then so this, we're just gonna paste values, and that's it, man. Alright, so we'll be back next Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we'll be back also Thursday for the Retro Mansion project, same time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But next Monday will be Pocket Fighter. And then I guess we're going to continue playing Resident Evil Remake on the weekend. So, are we doing that Saturday?
Yeah.
We're doing that Saturday at 7 p.m. So they're all 777. It's the lucky number. Lucky loot box number, right? 777.
Oh boy.
Loot box crane game, slot machine, all that shit. Avoid it. Shun it. So yeah, we'll be back then. In the meantime, if you want to yell at me in person, we've got a Discord, which I'll let the bot do that. There she is. And I'm on Twitter, which, do I have that too? Is that in there? Nope. Oh, there it is. There it is. Yay! It's got Amber's old Twitter that she doesn't use anymore, but it's still in there. See, the bot's back. He's just duct taped together, that's all. So, yeah, that's there. And we are a Patreon supported stream, so we've got top tier scrub generals in the scrub army to read out. So we've got Zombie Killer, Corporal Chungus, Jerry Berry, Taryn Williams, AJ, and Bryce Nagalinum. So extra thanks to you guys. And if you want to support us, even just $1 helps. The Patreon link is down below. I gotta make the bot do that one too. I didn't think about it. We got code samples, utilities packs for Unity. We've got builds, like intermediate builds for stuff. So like our patrons got this patch, the current patch as of yesterday early. So there's that. And you know, all the projects that I am a lead on, I give out early builds, so there's different tiers for that kind of stuff. And that's pretty much it. So I'll see you guys next time. Scrub out and have a good one.